Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Granit Xhaka said what he did was so risky. On April 13th, Granit Xhaka told the Players Tribune he came close to leaving Arsenal month after clashing with his club supporters during their 2-2 draw against the Crystal Palace at the Emirates in October 2019. After the Players Tribune piece came out, the Switzerland international has impressed in Arsenal's last two league wins over Chelsea and Manchester United. He even scored a stunner against the Red Devils as the Gunners sealed a 3-1 win at home last weekend. It was special. My whole family was in the stands. My father came from Switzerland to watch the match, Xhaka told TV2. It's always special when you score at home, but this was special because I had not scored in a long time for Arsenal. It was a key moment for me. I forgot everything there and then. I just wanted to enjoy it with my teammates, with the fans, with the people around. It was a good feeling. Xhaka received widespread praise from Arsenal supporters for his fine displays in the last two matches. It makes me proud. Everyone knows the misunderstanding with the fans 3 years ago. Many looked at me as away from the club already. Many wanted me to go. I'm still here, still the same player and person, but I've improved a lot since then. It shows me that I did a good job since I had a misunderstanding with the people, he said. TV2 quizzed the player about the reaction he expected and received after the Players Tribune piece was published earlier this month. I had it inside me for 3 years, but I never talked to anyone about it being so open until now. What I did was risky. We knew that before I did it, but this was what I wanted. I wanted to speak very openly and clearly, tell people how I felt and how I feel now, he added. But the most important thing for me was how I felt after this interview. I felt very good, very proud of myself, and that I talked about it. It's not easy to talk about this story, but I did. I'm very, very proud of myself and those I had around me. What I want to say to the young players is that they must be ready for anything. They must be very, very strong mentally. That's the key, not just in football, but in a normal job in the future. When all goes well, you have a lot of people around you. When something goes wrong, like what happened like me, you can count on your fingers how many are left. Arsenal make contact to sign a Newcastle and Aston Villa target. According to Viola News, Arsenal have made contact with Bologna over a deal for Aaron Hickey, who is also said to be a target for Newcastle and Aston Villa. Well, this would be a tremendous signing for Arsenal. Viola News believe the Gunners have inquired over a deal for the Scotland international and have been told to pay £17 million if they want to bring him to the Premier League. The Italian news outlet also mentioned that Newcastle are interested, whereas it was said that Aston Villa had an £8.5 million bid rejected for Hickey in January and remain keen on signing the left back. AC Milan, Juventus and Fiorentina have also inquired about the 19-year-old who is enjoying a stunning campaign in Italy, arguably his best since joining Bologna in 2020. So far this season, the teenager has scored 5 goals in 32 Serie A appearances while also providing 1 assist. That is an exceptional return for a left back to say the least. In our review, Edu has identified a fine player and Arsenal must do all they can to beat their Premier League rivals to his signature. Hickey is an outstanding talent and for just £17 million, the Gunners wouldn't have to break the bank to bring him to the Emirates Stadium. In truth, Bologna should probably demand more for a player to become the next Kieran Tierney. There are many doubts over Nuno Tavares, and he faces a fight to stay at Arsenal after a difficult debut campaign under Mikel Arteta. With Tierney's injury issues, the North Londoners could certainly do with a new face in the left-back department, and Hickey would be a fantastic choice. Keep an eye on this saga, as it will be interesting to see if the Gunners meet the £17 million asking price straight away or attempt to haggle with the Italians. Long-term Arsenal attacking target Julian Brandt now set to be sold. Arsenal can finally land Julian Brandt in the summer if they remain interested in the German attacker. Brandt has been on the radar of the Gunners since he moved to Borussia Dortmund, but they have failed to add him to their squad. He has not been a regular starter for Dortmund in recent campaigns, and they are now prepared to cash in on him for good. After finishing behind Bayern Munich in yet another Bundesliga campaign, they will restructure their team in the summer. One of the players that will leave is Brandt, according to By Bild via the Mirror. The attacker would prefer to remain in Dortmund, but they want to offload him as a part of their squad overhaul. Brandt is still just 25, even though it seems he has been around for a very long time. He has also not had a bad campaign, with 7 goals and 8 assists from 29 league matches. The attacking midfielder will be a good addition to our squad if we bring him to the Premier League in this summer. However, the transfer will only happen if Mikel Arteta wants to add him to his group. Arsenal have £25 million offer ready for Alvaro Morata. One player Arsenal have been linked with in recent months is Atletico Madrid's Alvaro Morata. Calciomercato has suggested that the Gunners have stepped up their interest in the 29-year-old. The Italian outlet Via Sport Witness claims Arsenal are accelerating in their pursuit of Morata. The Spaniard is currently on loan at Juventus, who apparently have an obligation to buy for €30 million. However, Juve are reportedly looking to take Morata for just €15 million in the next window. Arsenal's final league position could prove crucial if they want the former Chelsea man. Morata is reportedly unwilling to join the Gunners if they don't qualify for the Champions League. Meanwhile, Tutto Juve, also via Sport Witness, claims Arsenal are willing to pay the full €30 million. The outlet claim Arsenal threaten Juve for Morata. The Bianconeri are apparently hoping for a discount. Indeed, the Gunners' interest has proved extremely beneficial for Diego Simeone's side. Arsenal appear to be the most likely bidder. Arsenal have been stung in the past by high-profile, seemingly marquee signings that end up fluttering to deceive. Morata, who struggled at Chelsea, is nearly 30 and hasn't been especially prolific, appears to be more of the same. And while £25 million is a stratospheric sum in the world of football nowadays, Arsenal could invest that money in a better way. Gabriel Jesus reportedly also had a £25 million price tag, and he's 4 years younger and has much more proven Premier League experience. We don't have to sign Morata at all, it will be a big mistake. Barcelona rival Arsenal for Manchester United star Marcus Rashford. FC Barcelona are reportedly the latest club to show an interest in a potential summer transfer window deal for Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford. The England international has endured a difficult season for Man United, and it makes sense that he could be open to a new challenge, while the Red Devils might also feel it's time to cash in on him. According to Todo Vigaches, this possibly points towards Barcelona swooping for Rashford, who would apparently be allowed to leave Old Trafford for around €60 million. This follows Rashford also being linked with Arsenal by Football Insider, but one imagines United would much rather sell the 24-year-old abroad than to one of their top 4 rivals. Rashford could undoubtedly have a key role to play at Arsenal, who lost Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in January, while they also have Alexandre Lacazette and Edin Ketia set to be out of contract this summer. Rashford has big potential, even if he's a long way from someone like Erling Haaland based on his form this season, but changing club may revive his career. Benfica resigned to losing $75 million rated Man United, Liverpool and Arsenal transfer target. Manchester United, Liverpool and Arsenal look to have been handed some potentially positive transfer news today. According to a report from Don Ballon, Benfica are resigned to losing star striker Darwin Núñez this summer, with the Premier League trio among his long list of admirers. The Uruguay international has been in superb form this season, scoring a hugely impressive 34 goals in 40 games in all competitions so far, including 6 in 10 appearances in the Champions League. Don Ballon claimed Benfica know they can't keep hold of Núñez, and they'll likely let him go for around €75 million this summer, which could end up being a bargain for whoever snaps him up. United and Arsenal urgently need new signings up front, with Núñez looking ideal to help these two faded forces get back to where they want to be. It would be great to see the prolific 22-year-old in the Premier League, but Don Ballon also link him as a top target for AC Milan, as well as for La Liga duo Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. Micah Richards gave his opinion on Jesus potentially moving to Arsenal. Micah Richards has urged Manchester City not to sell informed Arsenal target Gabriel Jesus. The striker has been on the radar of the Gunners in the last few months, and he could leave City if they lure Erling Haaland to the club as expected. He didn't start this season well, but he has been prolific in the last few weeks as they look to add another Premier League title to their cabinet. Arsenal needs a new striker after losing Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and they could still be without Edin Ketia and Alexander Lacazette by the start of the next season. Former City man Micah Richards has, however, urged the Premier League champions to keep Jesus. He said, as quoted by the Daily Mail, "With Man City, we always know they'll create chances. It's just about taking them." He was linked about potential moving away, but if it was my decision, he wouldn't be going anywhere because he's a vital part of this team. Jesus has shown his qualities in the last few weeks, and we will enjoy him in his present form. However, City is not a selling club, and his return to form could prompt them to change their minds about allowing him to leave the club. But to be honest, signing Holland may change this equation. It remains to be seen what lies in this story. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.